Welcome back to V-World. Today is Sunday, where we look at different Pokemon cards and products going down in price on our Sunday slip. Let's dive in. Starting out, we have Bulbasaur out of Stellar Crown. Surprisingly, this has been coming down quite a bit here. We were at about $70, and now current market value is showing $61 and a little bit of change there. So this may be trending downward. I would hold off. There's a lot of things going crazy right now, so anything coming down is nice to see. However, there may be more room because this boom is still in full swing. I wouldn't get too crazy on these, feeling like it's your only opportunity. However, maybe you think this is your only opportunity and you think the sky's the limit and it's only going to go up sooner or later anyway. Obsidian Flames has a Hundur, which is pretty cool. Actually, there's a whole lot of them here, a little team of them going on. This kind of idea of multiples in the one card is not new at this point in time when it came to Obsidian Flames, but it really took off on that Eevee from Twilight Masquerade, which I think we might actually take a look at. This one had recently spiked to $30, almost $34 really, and now it's showing $19. So I don't know what that spike was about, but I'd say rather than trending down, this is more of a recovery from what was a crazy hike going up. But we are showing right now just shy of $19, $18.78. The Galarian Moltres out of the Sword and Shield promo cards. This was part of the Crown Zenith tins that you could get, and now looking at it, it almost feels bizarre with the yellow border, but it's kind of cool. It's something different than what we see all the time with these illustration rares, having this nice full card here of artwork and that yellow border. So this one is an interesting pickup. And again, it was on a big spike, getting to almost $15, and now we're down to just under 11 at well, $10.98. We're at 11, let's call it. So we're at $11, and you can find it for a little bit better, but you got to watch shipping and how things work out there. I really love this card. Even with the yellow border, I think the Japanese version with the silver border looks even better. But now, with the way things are, we're so used to that silver border, the yellow's kind of coming back and hitting us a little differently. Celebrations Elite Trainer Box here. This one, great set. Big boom going. I think these are not done growing yet in price. We'll probably see in 2026 when the 30th anniversary comes out. There's still a lot of celebrations available. 25th anniversary. I think we're going to see a monster spike at that point in time of this particular set. People working their way back to such an interesting set versus what will be current at that time, the 30th anniversary. In the past 3 months, we were at $92. We've peaked all the way up to $120, and then we've come down a little bit, some sort of recovery into $102, and now we're leveling off again. We're about $111 right now on this card. So it looks like it's more of a recovery process than dipping down, but it is on the downside of that spike. So we got to consider it as far as the Sunday slip goes. Ancient Mew, much older card, older promo. There are a lot of variations of this card. If you didn't know, I think there's something like 6 different variations of this card and how it was released and the different printing that went on. It's actually very interesting. There's a lot of information out there on it. But I wanted to show you a big difference on condition. Now, I have trouble going into the condition when it comes to TCG player because what someone might call near mint may not be your level of quality for near mint. Same thing with moving into light played and beyond. This one is listed at a lightly played holofoil, bringing it in a downward position from a $45 spike just at the beginning of February to now the very beginning of March at $37. However, if you look at the near mint version of this, it's a completely different story. We have not seen anything slow down. It's only been spiking upward, and it's sitting around $54, almost $53.50. So interesting. This is why some vintage stuff is harder to consider because of the condition and how much that plays a role. And then what are these sellers listing the conditions at? What opinion do they have to call it this particular condition? So better to see something like this in person. And how would you like to see this in person in your own collection? The Brilliant Stars ETB that I'm giving away once we reach 5,000 subscribers. I'm also going to be giving away 5 Pokemon mystery card lots. Just want to make sure that there's a handful of people who win. It's really disappointing when there's all these comments and all these people going after something and only one winner comes out of it. So to sweeten the pot a little bit, hey, I got 6 winners for this 5,000 subscriber giveaway. Just go to this video here and make sure you leave a comment on that one. That's the one where I'm going to be pulling the winners from when the time comes after we reach that 5,000 subscriber mark. We're getting closer every day, and I really appreciate all the support leading us this way. If you are new to the channel, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and help me out. Leave a comment down below on this one too, just because that helps push it out to others, and then we can get to that 5,000 even faster. Just like that Houndour out of Obsidian Flames, we have the Eevee from Twilight Masquerade, where there's multiples of them, one for each evolution, really, is I think the way that they did it. But this has been coming down, and it doesn't look like it's an overcorrection or anything. It is in a downward trend. So we did have a spike of $103 and change on this one. Now we're down to just shy of 87 to 86.87. Very interesting how that worked out. Anyways, that's the Eevee there. Speaking of Eevee, out of Prismatic Evolutions, this is one of two. We're going to see another one coming out in the form of a promo, which hopefully won't be this skyrocketed crazy price, because they should be more readily available coming in that Eevee Super Premium Collection box that we should see releasing in May. But this one currently sits at $225. Is that right? Wow. It looks like that's almost right there. That's that listing. But $222 is the market on this one. $244 was our peak just not too long ago. Of course, this set's not very old, so that makes sense. The Umbreon EX, this is the stamped promo that comes out of the surprise box that you end up getting, and you can get one of the 9 promos out of there. The Umbreon obviously being the highest, since that's the highest in Evolving Skies, the highest in Prismatic Evolutions. This is the #1 chase, but it's nice to see this one's been coming down. It came right out the gate pretty hot at $75-ish, and then it spiked up. Okay, it was 73, it spiked up to 75, 76, but I never saw it for less than 100 on things like eBay. And then here on TCG Player, you don't know if it's coming wrapped or what, but right now we're sitting currently at $66 for market value. How true this is in the real world, I don't know, because again, eBay had it completely different. Looks like some listings are showing under $60 here, 58 and change on a couple of them, right at 60 with shipping included. Not horrible for credentials over there. Quite a few sitting around 60. So sounds like as more people are opening these boxes, getting those orders in, and if we ever see restocks, that's going to only add to the pool a little bit, and keeping this price coming down hopefully quite a bit in the long run, because these shouldn't be that uncommon to get a hold of. The Raichu out of Palaea Evolved, we saw this one spiking up for a long time. I'm going to pull out a long full year here. It was climbing, spiked up to $48, then it had to be a big correction recovery down to $31, and then had good growth climbing because of the boom over into the $57 mark. Now at $52. I don't know if that's going to be a downward trend or if this is just a correction. It's going to level off in this $50 neighborhood here. We'll have to see. Time will tell. Charizard Celebrations, the classic collection version. This is obviously the reprint from the base set 2. We've seen this many times. XY Evolutions, we've seen this exact artwork many times, and the variations do change on price. I got another one to show you, also downward trend, but need to show it to you. I believe it's downward trend. I got to double check. This one's been coming down quite a bit. It's peaked over at $104 just in the last 3 months, and now we're down to 84 and change on it. Pretty nice card to be picking up at that point. I know this stamp doesn't do it for a lot of people. However, I think in time it's going to be a little bit more meaningful because it was the 25th anniversary set. The latest Charizard of this variation, to my knowledge, is the classic trading card game, that monster huge box, $400 box, ridiculous, but there's a lot of value inside because the Charizard alone is going for $100. This was actually up quite a bit at almost $110, and now it's down to $102. So it's not a huge downward trend over a 3-month period, but it has been consistently moving in that direction. So we'll see how far that has to go. They're still available. These boxes are everywhere. So if you want to pick it up, I mean, you can do a lot better than $400, but you can pick it up and you instantly have a $100 card inside, at least at this point in time. Going on to Umbreon V out of Brilliant Stars, the trainer gallery. Umbreon's really hot right now, so why not pull one up? Another one that's going down in price, and it's only just been beginning here in the past 3 months. $57, almost $58. I don't know where that 2 came from. $58, working its way down here to now $48 about dollars. $48 seems about right to be targeting that. And Not a bad artwork to be picking up. The VMAX version is also very nice. I haven't looked into where that's at currently, but I know the Trainer Gallery cards have been going up lately, so it's nice to see one, especially in Umbreon, working its way down. That's going to do it for our Sunday slip, and seeing that there are actually quite a few things coming down in price, and it's a little bit more as we go further in time. Again, the FOMO is not worth it, and patience pays off. It really does. So be patient, look for the deals, watch the trends. If there's something you're really interested in, keep an eye on it and see where it goes day to day. I know it seems a little ridiculous, but if it's a collection that you're really serious about, if it's a hobby that you're really interested in, that's probably the best approach to do it as far as obtaining the cards at a reasonable price over the period of your collection. It's hard to go all in and just dump a bunch of money into it all in one and be really excited about that, because you kind of feel it in the wallet, and then you see in your collection, was that really worth it? But if you just are meticulous and every day do a little check-in, hey, maybe it's right here on this channel, because I do post 7 days a week. That would be a help to you. So maybe you might want to like the video, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. You can hit the bell, because I do post 7 days a week. And with that, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.